Today's curiosity is some old seats. Have you figured out what it is? Well, here's a clue. They're from a very fast plane. First flew in the 70s, early 70s. Well, test flight was before then, but in terms of commercial flights, I think 76 or something like that. It was, of course, one of the most beautiful planes ever built, Concorde. A plane that my dad worked on. He was in Rolls-Royce at the time, in advanced electronics. And when these came up on the old marketplace, I couldn't resist it for a bit of aviation history. So these are genuine Concorde seats before the final refit, where they spruced them up a little bit. So these are much more like they would have been in the original Concordes, I think. I guess they would have been where you had your life raft kit. A little seatbelt light would light up, and of course the obligatory, it was designed in the 60s, ashtrays. There's probably cigar ash from Alan Wicker himself in there, you know, or other celebrities that could afford the equivalent of about £13,000 of today's money to do the round trip on Concorde. Concorde was an incredible plane. Okay, you know, modern seats in jumbos and things would be much wider. We're all a bit wider these days, but in those times it was still quite spacious for something that travelled at, you know, best part of 1400 miles an hour. There's been nothing on a commercial perspective really built since but it did cost something like £4 billion. I think it overran by about £3.5 billion. But the thrust of Concorde was absolutely enormous from his Olympus 593 engines, which put out about 18 tons of thrust each, and it had 4 of them. But I think, I might be wrong here, but I think it guzzled some fuel, you know, many 25,000 litres an hour or something like that. But it did fly you over to New York in just a matter of hours. I think, was it Phil Collins did live over here, then got on Concorde and finished the job in in America. So you know, the engineers that built it made a fantastic job. You know, when one crashed, it wasn't the fault of the plane, it was debris on the runway, and you know, it was a tragic end to an otherwise perfect safety record, and you know, an incredible feat of engineering. And I do apologise, that's my naughty little dog. Oi, hey, stop it. Yes, I'm talking to you too.